In this video, we look at type null and type undefined. In TypeScript, both undefined and null actually have their own types. So let's go ahead and create a variable with type undefined and null. And try assign undefined to it. Yeah, it is acceptable. And what if you try assign null and compiler throws an error saying type null is not assignable to the type undefined? So that's because we have enabled strict null checks. So that's why if you disable this and go ahead and check, yeah, it is acceptable because type null and undefined is by default a subtype of all other types, right? So similarly, let's create one more variable for null, and the type is null, and try assign undefined to it. So this time it can be acceptable because we disable the strict null checks. Let's enable that, and yeah, now if you noticed, we are getting compiler warning saying that type undefined is not assignable to the type null. So that's because we enabled the strict null checks. Okay, let's go ahead and change. Yeah, so now there is no compiler error, and yeah, much like void, they're not extremely useful on their own. So yeah, at least in void, so what we used to do is if we write a function which is not going to return anything, so let's say if we wanted to throw an warning or error in the runtime, so in that case we can create a function with the return type of void, and then write your logic, maybe logging any error message or throw any error. So those kind of things we can achieve using the void. But here undefined and null, I mean, we don't have much use case. Go with these. Alright, so however, when using the strict null checks flag, null and undefined are only assignable to the unknown and any. So let's go ahead and make sure the strict null checks flag has been enabled, and yeah, let's check this. So we can, even though the strict null checks has been enabled, we can assign null and undefined to a variable which is created with type unknown and type any. Let's go ahead and check. And try assign undefined. Yeah, it's acceptable. And then try assign null. Okay, this is also acceptable. And let's create a variable with type any. And then try assign undefined to it. Yeah, it's acceptable. And then try assign null. Yeah. And also one more exception. So we can assign undefined to a variable or a function which is created with the type void. So this use case is very less, but let's go ahead and check that as well. And then try assign undefined to it. And this is the exception. So if the type is void and we can assign undefined, but we can't assign null to it. And if you try assign, then again we are getting the error saying that type null is not assignable to the type void. So let's go ahead and change to undefined. Yeah. And what if we have a use case saying, let's say we have a variable which can be accept a string, which can be a null, which can be undefined conditionally. So in that case, how we can achieve the same? Because anyhow, if strict null checks flag is enabled, then we cannot, the compiler won't allow us to compile. So what we can do is we can go ahead and create a variable type, and then it can be a string. Let's go ahead and create a string, hello. And then what if this can be a null sometime. So what we can do is we can use Evian type. So this saying that this can be null. So what it means is it can be a string or it can be a null. And also let's go ahead and check, instead of initializing with the proper string, let's go ahead and assign a null. Yeah, it's acceptable even though the strict null check is enabled. Okay, so and similarly we can add undefined to it and then try assign undefined. So now this can be acceptable, but if you delete this, and yeah, we can't, I mean compiler will throw us an error, this cannot be undefined. So if this specific use case we have, then we can go with the Evian types. So basically declare a variable with the multiple types that we can pass. Okay, and then as a conclusion, like it's very good to always enable the strict null checks, because if you noticed, even though we can bypass the compiler, but at the runtime it may cause a lot of issues. But if we enable the strict null checks, so in the early stage only we can come to know the possible bugs. So that can actually, not a bug, possible failure cases. So that can help us to save more time in the earlier stage itself, instead of getting the runtime errors. Alright, let's see you in next one.